Hey, it's Mike. Thanks for tuning back in. So today's Saturday. I am going out to stay in the back of my house some more. I am locked in on Sunday night, October 13th, for my 10K live stream. 7 p.m. Eastern time is when we'll start. And November 9th, that Saturday at 6:30 p.m. for my Vermont collection sale. So we'll do that on Whatnot because it's easy for me. And I'll link, if you sign up, you get $15 in credits. I'll link that in the description. Hopefully I remember to, but I definitely will many times leading up to it. So this is an interesting one. This is my number 98 on the Attainable Collection of Envy 100. It is Carl Lewis and his rookie card. Now, what is a rookie card and what is a card? Because I ask, because on Twitter, this is funny, I like Will Stern a lot. Super nice guy, very knowledgeable. Will Stern writes for Collect. I write for SI.com, so a little bit of competitors, but obviously very friendly. He posted back in the spring, maybe it was during Wimbledon, saying something about Andre Agassi's 1991 Net Pro and how it was Agassi's rookie card. And I said, you don't consider his 1988 Panini Supersport his rookie card? And Will very derisively responded, it's a sticker, with an exclamation point. And so I thought, I guess some people don't consider Panini stickers rookies or even cards at all, which was, enlightening to me. So this is, and I have quite a few on my list of 100 that are Panini stickers. So I'm curious for your take on this. Put it in comments. Is this a rookie card? The card is the 1986 Panini Supersport Carl Lewis, what I consider to be his rookie card. And it's the first on my list that actually makes it because of the athlete and not because of the card. Remember, number 100 was Pee Wee Reese, 1953 Topps. Number 99 was 1989 Hoops David Robinson. And those were both because of the cards themselves, either the history of the cards or the photo. This is because of Carl Lewis, who was for 15 years one of the greatest athletes in the world. And back in those days, the Olympics, and I think less so now, the Olympics were water cooler moments. They were, you sit around the table and talk about the Olympics at dinner time. You would watch the Olympics as a family together, and some people still do, obviously. I know I'm going to get comments that say, I still do. We do too, but I think it's to a lesser extent than it used to be back in the 80s and 90s when there was like 3 or 4 channels and not a whole lot of entertainment options like we have now. Carl Lewis, he was a megastar.
Burrell is there. Mitchell is also running well, and Christie. Burrell with a short lead. Here comes Lewis. Carl Lewis! 9.86! New world record!
And remember, my list is 100 different athletes. No athlete makes it more than once. And so coming up with a list of 100 of the greatest athletes across all sports, there are going to be guys you've never heard of before on this list of 100. And hopefully that's a learning experience for many people, including myself, because I learned quite a bit. And I've talked about a couple of these. I actually have one of the cards right there that a lot of people have never even heard of the athlete. We'll get into that in about 18 weeks or so. Carl Lewis made his Olympics debut in 1980 as a member of a 4x100 meter relay team. And then he was in every Olympics until 1996. Actually, he was in the 96 Olympics. Didn't make it in 2000. I think he had retired by then, or I don't even remember. It doesn't matter. But to have made that many consecutive Olympics is staggering. He broke out in the 1984 games, which were in Los Angeles, so he was in front of his home country at that time. He won his first gold in the 100 meter.
Carl Lewis wins the gold. He won it by quite a bit, but he really had the pressure put on him in the center of the track. And
by that point, he already had 3 world gold medals, world championships. He had won them all in the 1983 Helsinki World Championships. So he was already a major star, and it wasn't surprising that he was winning gold medals in the Olympics by 1984. He finished his career with 8 world gold medals and 9 gold medals in the Olympics, which that puts him in rare air. There are very few athletes who have won 9 gold medals. He did win 4 golds in front of the Los Angeles crowd in 1984, so he won his first, but also won 3 more. In 1999, Sports Illustrated named Lewis the Olympian of the Century. The International Olympics Committee named him Sportsman of the Century, and he also won various other titles like that. So I ask, where does Lewis fit in your top 100? Let me know in comments. I am putting this out in my newsletter right away. And in my newsletter, I ask in a poll, is he in your top 10, top 50, top 100, or out of your top 100? And then you have an opportunity to provide more feedback. I also did the same thing with last week's David Robinson. And I include the results of that David Robinson poll in this newsletter for this. So make sure you subscribe to the newsletter, read it. It's at junkwaxhero.com. It's a free newsletter. Recent sales for this 1986 Panini Supersport Carl Lewis. You can get them cheap. CGC 8.5 recently sold for $25 all in. There are 2 PSA 9s listed on eBay right now, the cheapest of which is $250 or best offer. The highest sale ever, though, was $200 for a PSA 10. That was back in 2018. So those 9s, who knows how much they might sell for, but you can get the lower mid-grade ones very, very cheap. Only 21 have been graded by PSA, so the population is very, very low. Only 1 autograph has been dual graded by them. Do I own this card? Sort of. I purchased it about a week ago on eBay in a BGS slab. My first time I've ever purchased a BGS slab, but it's autographed. And I paid $110 for it, which I think is a pretty darn good deal for a Carl Lewis rookie autograph, already authenticated, except it hasn't mailed yet. So I'm trying to get after the seller, being like, hey, you created the label for this, and there's tracking available, but you haven't shipped it yet, which annoys me. So again, that's it for this one. Next week I have number 97. Assuming that I have time, we'll see. And the list keeps on. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think in comments. I hope you have a great weekend and subscribe to my newsletter. I appreciate you guys. Have a great weekend.